So, coming from Yahoo Finance, but basically everybody else, because it does seem to be reality, Microsoft plans to cut 5,500 jobs in latest cost-cutting round. So it has been about a week since I've been able to talk about layoffs. I was getting worried. What am I supposed to do if I can't laugh at people losing their jobs? I mean, come on, there's nothing that brings a smile to my face like thinking about all those new people that are going to learn the wonders about selling their bungholes out behind the 7-Elevens, right? It was kind of making me a little sad. But no, Microsoft has come to the rescue, and we are now seeing that they're going to be laying off another 5,500 people because, as everybody knows, technology employees are just so valuable. Eli, you don't understand. We're so valuable. That's that's why they're laying you off thousands at a time. Microsoft last year laid off 16,000 employees. So basically, this is going to be the beginning of their new financial year, right? Fiscal year. So literally, last year is either the end or the beginning of their fiscal year. They laid off 16,000 people. So now they're going to be laying off another 5,500 people. So that means just in these major layoffs, that's 21,500 people that have been laid off from Microsoft in basically like a 365 day time frame. It's like a 370-day time frame, something like that. And that doesn't include all of the smaller layoffs that are going on. And basically, this just looks like, shocker, cost cutting. Doesn't even seem like they're worried about talking about artificial intelligence anymore. They're just coming in and saying, look, we got a lot of trash. We got to get it the hell out. This is what is happening. And so, as I've been talking about for a long time now, what we have been seeing with the layoffs over the past couple of years is right sizing into a good economic environment. This has not been about artificial intelligence or any of that kind of horse crap. These companies have been overhiring. To be clear, they've been overhiring since before COVID. We always like the COVID moment because that's something that people know. And we always like the idea of like, yeah, they overhired for COVID. No, they overhired because of 1% interest rates, right? For a long time, these companies were chasing investment dollars. They were trying to prove that they were successful. One of the easiest ways to prove that you're successful to investors for some reason is headcount. Look, we're hiring more people. Obviously, we're successful. Like what the? Oh, Lordy. Anyways, and they've been doing that for a long time. I have been arguing about the glut of technology people literally since about 2017. If you follow me, you know I've been talking. I said back in about 2017, we probably have about enough technology professionals for what the sector actually needs. But here's the thing, when interest rates are 1%, why hire one person when you can hire 50? Oh God. Anywho, and I've talked about this before, right? I was talking to, one startup founder. Again, a good startup, actually funded, actually good products actually in use, right? Great company, great CEO, the whole nine yards. And he was talking about that, where the big tech companies were simply hiring technology employees to take them off the board. This is a real thing. I've talked about this for a long time at this point in time. Literally, I was talking about how he hired people. He said, yeah, one of the big issues that he was having as a real startup company is the Googles and the Microsofts and the Amazons of the world. They were literally hiring the best technology professionals just to take them off the board. We saw this with Google. I do believe it was Google in the UK. I think it was last year, where Google was paying top-notch AI engineers in the UK to twiddle their fucking thumbs. This is a real thing. You can go Google that, right? And so that's the thing, right? You're just hiring people to hire people for the optics, right? And so basically, whether it's AI, whether it's whatever else, right now what's been happening is they've been right sizing these companies, right? Investors are now interested in things other than asses and seats. Ergo, these companies have to provide things other than asses and seats. So they're getting rid of the asses and seats. And so again, there's a concept called right sizing. They are right sizing their companies into what I would argue is what they think is a good macroeconomic environment. So they think, right, because we've been told that we are in a good economy. I mean, sure, if you keep your eyes closed and you don't listen to anybody, it's a wonderful economy. What you have to be careful about is they're right sizing into a good economy. In 2027, once this is done, they're going to right size into a bad economy. And in 2028, when automation, not necessarily artificial intelligence, AI is a component of automation, when automation is fully able to take over more roles, that is when AI is going to wipe out even more jobs. So, anyways, you know, welcome to reality. I don't know why you watch my videos either. Look, if you want to get done with a technology video and feel really happy about your profession, I don't know, go watch Linus Tech Tips. Jay's 2 cents does some really good videos. If you want to watch 50 videos on installing, water coolers in your computer. But anyways, he has a smile on his face. Oh, I don't know. People get so frustrated. People are like, Eli, I don't like the things that you're saying. And I'm like, but it's reality. I don't like reality. It's like, I get it. I grasp the concept that you don't like reality, but doesn't stop it being real. So Microsoft is planning to cut thousands of roles, covering less than. That's what you're going to see. Like it's less than 2.5%, but they've got a lot of employees. Of its workforce, with an announcement expected as early as next week, Microsoft had over 220,000 full-time employees, putting the potential cuts at roughly 5,500 roles. The reductions are expected to affect sales, consulting, and the Xbox gaming division. The planned cuts follow a 2025 round in which Microsoft eliminated approximately 15,000 employees. I swear, I thought it was 16,000. Anyways, Xbox has been a particular focus with major layoffs at the unit earlier this month, alongside price increases on gaming consoles worldwide, and Microsoft considering options for the division, including a potential spin-off. So, yeah, more tech jobs. More tech jobs are going away. And that is how you know how valuable your role is. You're like, wow, your role was so valuable, they threw you in the trash can. Anyways, I don't know what to tell people. We're just dealing with reality right now. So I'll be curious to see again how much worse this gets. I did a video before talking about the poor CWA. So Xbox, some of the Xbox employees, or maybe all the Xbox employees, are in a union now, covered by the CWA, Communication Workers of America. And one of the interesting things with that is that they were demanding that Microsoft deal with them with dignity. There is nothing more adorable than somebody demanding other people treat them with dignity. It's like, yeah, that's probably not going to go very well for you. But anyways, I think one of the interesting things though with Xbox is Xbox seems to be spiraling the toilet at this point in time. And I think it's like one of those things like I think a lot of people don't quite grasp how bad that whole Xbox disaster might be. Right? So Xbox, been part of Microsoft for years, 20, 25 years at this point in time. But it's always been like an appendix of Microsoft. Like Microsoft has been just very weird with Xbox. It's the perfect example of when a technology company should be a front runner in a particular sector, and then they just fail so bad, and you don't understand why. Like you think about that with Google Plus, right? So Google wanted to compete with Facebook, so they came up with Google Plus, right? So everybody already has a Google account. Everybody already has Gmail, right? YouTube is one of the largest social media platforms on the planet already, or it was at that time, right? They had all of this synergy, like all the synergy is what Google had for launching Google Plus. And then they failed so bad at Google Plus, they shut it down. Like, I'm still surprised with that. I mean, whether or not it was ever going to be as successful as Facebook, I guess that was a bit of a question mark. But I mean, it had a point to it. I think I had needed a couple more versions to work a couple of problems out. But anyways, Google just killed Google Plus. It didn't work for them. I think that's one of the interesting things. Like when you look at Xbox, like Xbox and Microsoft. I mean, it should be fine. You got the hardware, you got the operating system, you have accounts, you have building software and all that kind of stuff. It seems like it should be relatively synergistic for what Microsoft is doing. It seems like they should have the resource, and it seems like they should have the money, and it seems like they should be relatively successful. Like I remember when the PlayStation originally came out, the PlayStation 1, Sony came out with the PlayStation 1, and I remember back then when that seemed weird. That's kind of weird. Sony is creating a video game console. I don't know how I feel about that. But now, I mean, PlayStation has done very well over the years. Like Sony took the PlayStation and they ran, and it's, I guess right now it's the premier console out there. Whereas weird, like Microsoft, again, gets into the game console business and then does, I don't know, whatever Microsoft has been doing with the game console business, right? Remember when they were, I think they were going to come up with a Twitch competitor. They did come up with a Twitch competitor. It's like they came up with a Twitch competitor. They paid all of these influencers to come over to their Twitch competitor, like paid them. Like here's your upfront money. Here is your 30 million. There was some jackass who got like $30 million to come over to this thing, right? And then they shut it down like 3 months later. You're like, what the what? So, anyways, I think what's kind of interesting seeing these layoffs and seeing they were talking about Xbox is I do wonder how much longer Xbox is going to continue to exist. I wonder how much longer it's going to be worth their time until they just decide, look, it's an appendix. It has gangrene. It's not worth saving. Just cut that damn thing out. And then we'll see what dignity the Xbox employees get when that happens. So anyways, I don't know. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. What can I tell you? So, what do you think about this with Microsoft? What do you think about 5,500 more job cuts at Microsoft? So basically, within about a 380-day time frame, Microsoft will have gotten rid of something like 22,000 employees, and that's not including all the small layoffs that they've been doing that don't hit the news. What do you think about this with Xbox? Again, Xbox, like the Xbox X, the starter version of that. They've increased the price to $750. Right? This isn't even one of those where you're like, well, look, it's 200 bucks. I'm not an Xbox fan, but hey, it's 200 bucks. I got 200 bucks. I guess I'll buy an Xbox. Man, it's $750. Who is going to come to Microsoft? Like, who is going to come to Xbox? You're sitting there and you're like, oh, the Switch has very family focused games, and it's incredibly portable. And you got the PlayStation, and you have this massive catalog of games that everybody loves. And you got the Xbox that exists. Like, who's going to spend $750 on the game console that exists? I don't know. I don't know. What do you think about all of this? Put your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you like this content, remember it's on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. Also, if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.